Hey, are you a high achiever who struggles with perfectionism? Do you get stuck in the cycle of overthinking? Do you do everything for everyone else because you think otherwise it won't get done? Do you feel like you should come with a disclaimer? Hi, I'm anxious. Hey, I'm Katy. Full disclosure, I'm not a therapist, doctor, or mental health professional. I'm just a career mama who also struggles with anxiety. For me, anxiety reared its head at the most inconvenient times when I wanted to be present with my family, at those high pressure business meetings, when I was laying in bed awake at night worrying instead of sleeping. I just wanted to relax and be able to have fun, and I know that you do too. What if you found tools to manage your anxiety? What if you knew how to enjoy life even though you are anxious? Look, it's time to put down that third cup of coffee and swap it for some lemon water. We're going to get control over anxiety so it can stop controlling you. Let's go, girl. Dear sweet anxious high achiever, welcome. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. I want to share today a little bit about a topic that I've talked about before, but I've been using it a little bit more efficiently lately and in combination with the practice that I talked about last week. So if you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to how I use writing to get through overthinking. So related to that, I have been using this tool where I sit down, I try to on Sundays, kind of brain dump out what I'd like to do for the week. And then I try to make a really brief list of activities that are kind of quick and easy things to do, like things that might take you 5 minutes or less. And I found that it has been helping me so much. And here's why. I think that my anxious, overwhelmed brain, when I have a little bit of time that isn't planned out and maybe unexpected, tends to spin in overwhelm about all of the things I have to do and which I should choose, if any. And then when I do, I also get worried about how long it might take me, and I don't necessarily want to get started if I can't complete it or get to a good stopping point in the time that I have. So, I have been focusing really hard on a short list of very simple, doable tasks that I know I can complete in a short period of time. And when I combined that with my just get writing or just get going habit, I have found that I have gotten so much more done recently because of this preparation and this willingness to be able to just get started and have something done. Now, be careful because you can get into pitfalls here with, I think, a couple of different things, including maybe over planning, like perhaps creating a list of 30 things that you'd like to get done throughout the week that just is not reasonable or doable. And actually, um, maybe also adding to your list things that are not going to take 5 minutes reasonably. Like if you need to drive across town to do an errand and that is one of your tasks, that's not going to take 5 minutes, depending on where you live. I don't know. If it's something you can do where you walk across the street and get it done in less than 5 minutes, fine. But make sure that you're being realistic in how much time it's going to take you to do something. And then also make sure your list is available to you. So I would suggest maybe using your Notes app or some other app that you've got in your device that is always going to be with you. So again, that is writing down a quick, simple list of easy tasks that you can do when you run into maybe some unexpected time that you can pull out quickly and just get to work on. I know it sounds really simple to the point that you may be unwilling to try, but I'll tell you what, if you start adding up completion of quick little tasks throughout your week, you're going to start to notice some momentum, and it's going to feel really good also to have that completion. And I find that one really fantastic byproduct for me is learning to trust myself, because I think that that is something that as people with anxiety, we struggle to do. We know we're capable, but we don't necessarily trust ourselves in some ways to be able to handle or do things. And as I have checked these really simple little things off my checklist more and more consistently, it just feels so good, and I'm gaining some trust in myself that I know that if I write a list of things down, I'm not gonna come back to it next week, and it's all gonna be still sitting there undone, perpetuating this cycle of beating myself up for not getting my things done, and it feels really good to have the momentum that is also built when I get to check things off my list and get things done and out of my way and move on to other things. So, just a really quick, simple one for you today, guys. I hope that this is something that you're willing to try out. And also, if you haven't yet joined my free Facebook community, please do that. The link to join is in the show notes. We'd love to have you there. I'd love to hear if you're putting this tip into practice and if it's helpful for you, and if you have any maybe unique suggestions or twists to offer around the same tool. The community would love to hear from you. The community would love to support you, and I'd love to have you there and get to know you a little bit better there too. That's all I've got for you today, sweet friends. Thanks so much for joining me. I can't wait to talk with you next week. Hey friend, thanks for being here. Did today's episode help you feel more in control of your anxiety? Did it inspire you to rest or relax? Or maybe it challenged you to really look at why anxiety is a part of your life? If so, I'd love to hear from you. If you would take 30 seconds, pause this episode, scroll down in Apple Podcasts, and leave me a review, I would be so grateful. See you next week. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, and this podcast is not providing therapy or medical treatment. Contents of the podcast are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider with your health questions and concerns.